Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. Thank you for your time and thank you for your energy. I hold and I pray in my heart that this message finds you and the ones that you love safe and well. I hold that deeply in my heart for you today. You know, I woke up this morning. I had this yet another day that I've had this instinct to go check my phone immediately or turn on the news and see what's happening. And I just had this beautiful intervention. Like God came in, Spirit came in, the light came in and said, hey, hold everything. Before you go and see what's going on out there, ask yourself more importantly what's going on in here. And I want to remind you, Spirit said, you have a practice that you know very, very well that is kind of hanging on by a shoestring right now. And dear James, you need to bring it back. So when these kinds of things happen to me, when God speaks this way, I know it's something I need to share with you too. God was very clear this morning. He said, do not forget the power of self-compassion. It even makes me feel emotional saying it. Self-compassion. Think about that. But more importantly, feel what compassion feels right now when you just can step back and go, whew, I need self-compassion today. And if you have a little bit of a struggle with that, it feels a little self-indulgent, feels a little like just a little bit too much because you're thinking about what it is that you can be doing for others right now. And I love and appreciate that about us in this community and how we are that way. Understand so importantly that self-compassion has a scientific, spiritual foundation that is literally life-changing. Here's what we know from Oxford. When we practice simple self-compassion each and every day, just a few minutes of self-awareness about, hey, you know what? This is new to me. I don't know exactly what to do. I am a student of what this coronavirus is teaching me about feeling scared, feeling helpless, feeling angry, feeling like I don't know what to do, and at the same time feeling like I want to do everything, feeling I should know more of what I should be doing, but don't know exactly what that looks like. All of these things require a level of self-compassion. And what's so beautiful about just honoring the fact that we do not know everything that we should be doing right now, in giving ourselves permission to dwell on the experience of just not knowing and feeling like a student and feeling loving and tender and graceful with ourselves for that knowing and the not knowing, oh my goodness, what that does according to research, it literally galvanizes two things. Number one, it fortifies our immune system. It actually helps to fortify the front line against viruses and bacteria. At the same time, it actually helps to fortify the defenses that actually want us to kind of rise up into fight or flight and raise up the stress hormones, which can cause more and more anxiety and stress and disconnection from our knowing, from our heart. We get caught up in our head. We start ruminating. We go into future fear. We're not present. So we know that self-compassion literally helps to fortify our centeredness while it's doing all that wonderful work with our immune system and our mental and emotional well-being. So today, practice the awareness of self-compassion. Literally say to yourself, I don't know everything right now, and I give myself permission to love myself completely for not knowing. I give myself permission to be unconditionally loving towards myself for wanting to do so many things but not knowing exactly what I could do. So I'm going to just do the one thing that I can do right now, which is to be present with what is and make one more step. And one more step may be, I am going to prepare a healthy meal for myself. Why? Because I know that self-compassion, that self-love is good for my soul. It brings me peace. I know that I'm with someone that I love. I'm not going to have my phone anywhere in sight. I'm going to be fully present because that level of self-awareness is also self-compassion. The medicine that is inside of us, this spiritual, physiological, awesome, powerful medicine that is inside of us when we give ourselves permission to be compassionate towards ourselves and be a student of what makes us come alive, is simply the awareness of knowing that we do not know all that we could be doing or should be doing, but we know what we want to be doing. We want to be serving. We want to be awake. We want to be loving and kind and understanding. But that has to begin with ourselves for not knowing all the answers right now. Secondly, when we practice self-compassion, studies show that it actually brings an awareness of common humanity. We actually see in other human beings that we are all going through the very similar, if not the exact same emotions right here and right now together. And that helps to fortify a sense of family, a sense of chosen family. We start to disintegrate that otherness, which we need to do. Regardless of social distance, we still feel the common humanity. And what common humanity also does for our immune system, it actually fortifies it again and helps us to move out of that sensitivity that we wonder what it is that we could be doing and should be doing, and we look at others and we separate. We actually close the gap on that separation, and we start to see each other with a level of oneness, a level of compassion for others. And that again instills in one of us and all of us that sense of connection is so desperately needed today. So let us practice self-compassion. Let us give ourselves permission to be students of what it is that we've never seen before, never gone through anything like this before, but what it is that we need to be doing today is literally being aware of what it is that we could be doing starting inside before we go outside. So with that, let's hear it and lean into self-compassion. It is a practice that is spiritual, physiological, mental, and emotional. It is healing on all levels for all of us. Much love and every blessing. Bye for now.